Hey, it's September 24th, 2024, a Tuesday, and I'm here in my bookstore, and something different happened. Um, I came down here primarily to get a couple things that sold on eBay, and I took out some books. I had some boxes of books that I pulled off the shelves. I took those, etc. But while I was outside, um, putting the books in my car, there were some guys talking, and remember I told you yesterday, or in the video yesterday, that they were filming. Well, it turns out the guys came over to talk to me, and they're the location managers for the shoot they're doing. I still don't know what it is that they're doing. I'm assuming. I mean, it could be a commercial, but I'm assuming it's a movie or TV show. But we'll find out. And they came over to talk to me and saying they're going to be shooting next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and if this was my store, and that they might be like, because they're shooting at a store that's down a couple stores down from me. They're using the whole store apparently, and which means that guy's making some nice money. um, and they're using it for 3 days, and clearly they have a big budget. But anyway, side note, but that they might be filming, or at least the bare minimum, like blocking off the sidewalk, which means that if I'm open, that customers won't be really walking around the area. So anyway, he essentially said that. And that just kind of fell into my lap. But the more important thing, which is something that I have been thinking about and been wanting to do with the space, is to become a location that can be used for filming on any sort of like regular basis, right? Or at least be in front of potential location managers and places, like I said, commercials, TV shows, movies, anything that's looking to film and needs, in my example, of course, a bookstore, um, you know, that I want to be found to be an option. Because, of course, it's a bookstore, but also it leads out into, a quaint little area. Anyway, got lots of light that comes in and all that kind of fun stuff. So he's going to help me with that as well a little bit. So that was it was a good start to the day. Just thought I would drop that in the video, because you just never know. You never know who you're gonna come across. You never know. Sometimes you gotta have patience when running your business. A lot of people focus on trying to be the quickest to get through inventory, like sorting through it or listing as super fast as you can. And there's definitely many appropriate times to try to be as fast as you can, especially if you have a very tight schedule like I do. But sometimes taking your time on certain aspects of your business can prove to be profitable in the future, in the near to long term. As an example, for me, I am continuing to go through all the CDs that I have left from those 5 pallets. And so once I sort out all the CDs, there's a pile that I scan, using Scoutly, which is an Amazon app that I recommend, $10 a month, and it shows you all that data you need on one screen to figure out whether it's a popular CD, how often it's selling, what it's selling for, what its history is, short-term, long-term history, sales history, all that kind of stuff. And from that screen, I decide whether or not it's something that, number one, can I sell it online for more money than in my store? So either on Amazon, or is it worth looking up on eBay? Or should I put it into my retail store, so into my music store, with the rest of my CDs? Is it something that I don't already have? It's something that would make sense for me to carry, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of data there that I can get from that. And then when I go back, when I've done scanning for Amazon, I go back like I am with this pile here, one by one, ones that make sense for me to keep based on the genre, I will put them in a stack like this, which is all sorted by genre. Like on top, it's Spanish language. And then underneath it, we got soul and funk. And then we got, what do we got? Rock. Oh man, what am I doing? And then we got reggae, et cetera, right? So I just keep going along. You know, some CDs I can decide really quickly. Others I have to look up a little bit more. But for my business, for my store here locally, it makes sense for me to do that because then I'm able to better organize the store. And one of the biggest, or one of the most common comments that people make, positive comments about my store for the first time that or the first time they come here, is that I am really organized and that I have a big selection. So me going through with a fine-tooth comb, in this example, CDs, it could also be DVDs, deciding whether I keep it here, deciding what genre it goes into, helps me to build a reputation locally for having, like I said, an organized inventory and a large selection as well. So that is something that plays out over time, and it just adds to, it helps me to retain customers. It helps me to appeal to new customers to come back. And then, you know, it just word of mouth, right? If someone tells someone else, hey, I went to this place. It's small, but but it's organized and they have a lot of inventory. And he puts out new stuff each week, all that kind of stuff. So my OCD comes in handy in this respect. And yeah, and I'm going to keep doing it. So, you know, of course, very few people that are going to watch this or in general are going to have a music store. But I know some people do have, you know, whether it's something like I have here, a retail store, whether you're putting stuff into an antique mall booth kind of a thing, you know, on consignment essentially, whatever it is, it's a good idea to be organized versus just, you know, you go to the thrift store as an example and there's, let's say 1,000 CDs, but they're completely disorganized. You're just going to have to hunt for stuff, which I know is part of the fun. But, you know, imagine if they were to even organize it a little bit, it would make thrift stores extremely powerful music stores or DVD stores or bookstores. But let's not give them ideas. So yeah, just a thought, you know, take your time on certain things, not everything, of course. If you can do something faster, then do it for sure, so you can get more done quicker, etc. I'm not saying, you know, don't be quicker on some of your tasks, but sometimes it makes sense. So keep that in mind, guys. Think about the long term. Don't always be rushing. Yeah. And so I found that to work for me as an example anyway. All right, guys, see you next video. Take care.